And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another weekend edition of the Sparkling Tuna Cup, the STC week number 90. I'm, of course, your VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome, one and all, to our weekly dose of Tuna Cup action. And we're jumping right on an exclamation mark. Be in the chat if you guys want to have a look at the bracket yourselves. The bracket is stacked, the bracket is live, and the bracket is underway. We are jumping into our first round of 16 match, and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Incorporeal, we have the now random player usually Zerg, usually Protoss, but rolling is random, landing on Terran, representing the Platinum Heroes. It is Eva. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the South Korean Protoss player, the red Protoss, representing among SC2 people. It is LunaSea. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series, on who you think will advance on to the quarterfinals. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our initial round. The Perp Scout comes in, and LunaSea is now aware of the race of Eva. Now, when it comes to Eba's races here, his Zerg and Protoss are very strong and very powerful. His Terran, less so. I think that his Terran is around GM level play, but it is weaker than his Protoss and Zerg, that for certain. So we'll see if Eba can compare to the might that is LunaSea. Oh boy. Coming into this, I do kind of lean towards Eba, but specifically in PvT, I gotta lean towards LunaSea, baby. So we'll see how Eba does compare. Again, LunaSea is typically a more aggressive, more assertive, more chaotic player, especially in this matchup. So we'll keep an eye on Eba. We'll see if he's able to keep an eye on, keep up with the shenanigans of LunaSea. For now, we have our economic opener, ranks expand out of Eba, going for a single gas, going for something more economic, and welcome one and all to Incorporeal. I believe this is our first Sparkling Tuna Cup with the new map pool, by the way. Again, the map pool went live earlier this week, of course, at the start of the week, and we have adopted and adapted our tournament map pool to replicate and emulate, I should say, the ladder map pool with maps like Incorporeal, with Tokamak, with Pylon, and with many others as well. Torches, for example. So the map pool is live, the map pool is ready, and again, excited to see a fresh set of maps here. Feels good, man, feels good. Went over this, of course, during the podcast, discussing Wax's thoughts and his, I would say, his thoughts and his kind of rationale behind picking the maps and the future of map pools as well in SE2. So it's exciting to see that, of course, has taken the initiative upon himself and the rest of the TLMC team, of course, to actually bring everything together and look to have and set up future map pools as well for future seasons. So really exciting stuff there. Meanwhile, we do have our initial openers. We do have our tech of choice, Twilight Council opener out of LunaSea. Meanwhile, Eba back at home, going to be settling into his own standard play. 1-1. No, never mind. I was going to say 1-1-1, but that is a second Rax. That is not a starport. Okay, Eba going to be doubling down here when it comes to aggression, going for either a 2-1-1 or a faster third Rax before starport. Regardless, aggressive build here from Eba. LunaSea comes in with the Oracle. LunaSea does scout, does confirm the delayed starport and the faster second Rax. With this, we can rush into earlier stim. We're going to be rushing into earlier tank production as well. And again, our eyes are on what comes next. Another Rax or starport? Where are we headed? Where are you taking us? Hey. Oh, right, as I should also set up the title as well. As for now, we are going to be settling in. We do have, again, how many gateways are being thrown down. So far, we have a 3-gate setup, so 3-gate blink out of LunaSea. From here, we can go into a faster third. We can go for a faster third base. No robo, no war prism, no way to reinforce across the map. This is, I would say, a very safe opener out of LunaSea, going into a slightly faster third base, so focusing on getting into a longer game state. And this makes sense because welcome one and all to Incorporeal. Incorporeal being one of the larger maps in the tournament map pool, a much larger map here. Wide open spaces in the center. The direct center is a little bit of an odd one here, just because of the location of the Zalnaga Tower and making it a little bit more awkward to wrap around. Likewise, we have some more narrow bridges, some narrow ramps, some narrow choke points, but again, a lot of angles of attack. And here we go, LunaSea does poke out. Meanwhile, Eba is secure back at home. But, I mean, he should be, because remember, LunaSea is expanding. LunaSea is not reinforcing. So LunaSea is only poking in. He has no intention of committing, and so far he will not really pick off much. He does get a Marine. Gets one Marine, blinks away. Behind this, going for another gateway explosion into charge. That is going to be charged before gases. No gases here. No gases at the natural. Of course, no gases at the third base either. With this, we're focusing on purely a gateway composition, but we are missing something here. Something that we expect to see. I don't have eyes on a forge. No forge, no +1, so delayed upgrades for LunaSea. We'll have a lot of gateways, don't get me wrong, that is true, but overall we are still lacking other key elements here for a longer game, so this might just turn into an all-in. There we go. I was going to say this might turn into an all-in. Finally, we get the forge. The forge has now been thrown down, so now we're working towards a longer game state. We're looking towards more upgrades and towards a better state of play. Speaking of upgrades, the eBay interesting location is exposed. Taking a lot of hits, taking a lot of damage, but it should be safe. Likewise, LunaSea still reinforcing, does rally a couple of stalkers across the map, again just poking out, has no real intention of committing here into the bases. Likewise, Eva also looking to fan out as well. Does fan out, does zone away. Does zone away those stalkers. Marine's not quite committing yet though. Yeah, they don't quite commit. I see. Oh no! Dazzy tries to move out, and one full medevac is going to go down. Oh no! Right over the army. Listen, well, this is two medevacs. Two medevacs go down. Yeah, calm down, Bobby. Calm down. As I mean, he was aware of the vicinity of the stalkers, by the way, but he's still committed nonetheless. Rough losses there for Eba, and just like that, his aggression is subsiding. He is denied any kind of drop play, any kind of harassment. He's going to still move out, but he lost so much there. Oh boy. And now here comes LunaSea. He smells blood in the water. Charge is done. He's diving on in. There's barely anything here to defend. He wants the tanks. He wants the tanks. He wants the marauders. Hopping up here at Eba. He does save the tanks at least. What about everything else? What about everything else here? As yeah, we are going to be just overwhelmed. Tanks on the high ground. The bio army is trapped. GG gets called, and LunaSea will take game number 1. Whew. GG. LunaSea does take a lead in the series. Again, a really rough moment there. For the most part, the players were keeping up. Or so I should change this to random. There we go. For the most part, the players that were keeping up with each other. You know, everything was looking as it should. Everything was looking normal. And then, bam! 2 full medevacs. 2 full medevacs go down. 2 full medevacs did go down, and that was game. That was game then and there. With that, there was no support. There was nothing to maintain the tanks, to protect them, to allow us to expand, and with that, GG. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we're now getting into our next game. We're getting into game number 2, and we'll see. We'll see if we have... we'll see if we can force the ace match. If we bring this here to game number 3, let's go. Let us go. As on top of that, it's a little bit hard to call just because as we get into game number 2, what race is Eba going to land on? Remember, Eba, he is playing random for this series. He is picking and choosing random, so, I mean, anything is going to be available to him here. He could land on Terran for a second time in a row, could land on Protoss, could land on Zerg, could land on anything. Let's go. Go. So players are setting up. Now we are getting into game number 2, going to be loading into Pylon. Another one of these larger maps. And spawning in the bottom right hand corner of, God, the colors. Oh no, he does it again. In the bottom right hand corner, we have the random player from the land of the UK representing the Platinum Heroes, picking random and landing for the second time in a row on a Terran. It is Eva. Eva. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the teal Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss, representing among SE2 people, leading the series 1-0. It is LunaSea. Here we go. As we are getting into our next game, and we're settling in. As welcome one to Pylon. Pylon is an interesting one. Pylon is a very direct map, is what I will say. It is very direct when it comes to moving out, when it comes to being aggressive, when it comes to these main pushes. The map itself is quite large. There are definitely a lot of expansions here on the right and left hand side. It's definitely a more wider open area when it comes to the bases, when it comes to layouts. But the attack paths are a lot more limited than what we saw previously in Incorporeal. With that, we could try to make use of some of the terrain in certain ways, especially in the center of the map, but we'll see if we can get there. First things first, what our opener is going to be. Once again, single gas. So once again, faster expansion from EVA on the low ground. That's why a second SCV has arrived to make sure that this probe is not as annoying as possible. It is being as annoying as possible. So make sure it gets zoned away to make sure that the expansion is safely getting up and running. So we're setting up for the CC. Speaking of, the probe does come back in, and we'll delay for a second. And of course, it does deny mining time for one of the SCVs. Meanwhile, across the map, we do have our standard opener out of LunaSea going gate expand, also gate cybercore into expansion. Standard opener back at home. And we'll see if LunaSea goes for another economic opener. Remember, last game, it was 3-gate blink, no robo, no gases, into a third base. So we saw a bit of a faster third from LunaSea and a greater economy and just a more clean and pretty chill and comfortable start for LunaSea. We'll see if he does do something similar here on Pylon. Hello, SC. As the SCV does move out, it does hide here towards the left-hand side. The factory is almost done, and by the time the factory finishes, we opening up with a proxy starport. This can lead into a Hellion drop into the main. This can lead into proxy liberator as well. I'm assuming a starport's going to be thrown down. We'll keep an eye on EVA. Likewise, LunaSea. Back at home, we have a take of choice. Going to be a Twilight Council opener out of LunaSea. So opening up Twilight Council into Blink, we have 2 gates initially. We'll see if he goes 2-gate Blink into a 3rd or 3-gate Blink. Or even up to 4. True, I guess, would be available here to him. Against 4-gate Blink, Stalker is very niche. Nowadays, it's very out of favor, very out of meta. There's that proxy starport that we did mention. Again, getting ready for either Hellion drop or Hellion Liberator harass. One or the other. So now we are cornering out to that Blink. There we go, we have the 3rd gateway on the way, so we have a 3-gate setup. So far, this is the same build that the LunaSea went for in game number 1. So far, same build. Reaper Hellion in towards the bases, trying to get some scanning information. And we'll get 1 probe. Gets 1, gets 2, not bad. Getting 2 workers, getting a 3rd probe towards the end, getting up to 4. 4 worker kills for a Hellion and a Reaper, not bad at all. And oh my god, we assumed it was going to be either Liberator or drop play, but no, it is going to be Cloak Banshee instead. More committed. It is that much more committed here. Now, what I will say is that the early dive of the Reaper Hellion, it does kind of put LunaSea at ease. Actually, there's a lot going on here. So a couple of things. Back at home, we have a 3-1 setup. The Hallucination Scout into the main base won't actually see anything too crazy. I mean, this is crazy. This is more committed because there's no starport. But because last game we had a similar opener, LunaSea, he might not really pay this too much mind. Likewise, because the initial Reaper Hellion dive, now the chances of there being a proxy is far lower. So LunaSea fans out. He's containing his opponent. LunaSea is none the wiser. He does have control of Xel'Naga, but Xel'Naga does not cover the proxy location. Barely not. Likewise, yep, there's a 3rd base, no robo. So 2 games in a row, he goes for 0 robo production, and you know what that means? 0 detection. No starport, no robo, no forge, no nothing. We're going to be going for, once again, another delayed forge. Again, this is the same build, for more or less. This is the same build as last time. We should be seeing charge momentarily. There we go, now we get delayed forge for delayed +1, which means delayed cannons and delayed detection. He breaks out. He breaks out once again, keeping LunaSea's attention here on the front lines. Cloak Banshee does head into the main, and LunaSea has 0 answer. As EVA, he's pushing out. Probe's going to be going down. So far, getting up to 4 worker kills. EVA moving in. And the Banshee can keep going, by the way. The Banshee could keep going. For now, the Banshee being a little bit more tentative. Further back behind the mineral line. There's no cannons on the way. Pylon goes down, but there's still a lot more gateways in the main. These are slow lots, though. Oh, nice force fields. Force fields, they do pop off. Meanwhile, the Cloak Banshee about to run out of energy. Put another Banshee in the main. Another Banshee just wreaking havoc, and LunaSea just being torn apart here. Yeah, Banshee heading for another mineral line. And there's still no charge. Without charge, there's no breakouts. There's no way to break out. LunaSea has a good amount of gateways, but again, he needs that charge. More Zealots being targeted down. Nice kiting here from Eva. Kites back, takes down more Zealots, but oh, he's running out of Marines. Has to be careful, has to pull back. And is still dealing more damage here in the bases. LunaSea down to 30 workers. Oh, the Cloak Banshee actually taking part in the main fight. Zealots, they charge in, and they focus out one of the tanks. But Eba's done it. Eba, he has done it. He breaks through that defensive line, takes down all the Zealots, and pushes forward into the Stalkers. Remember, no detection. The Banshee adding a lot of DPS here. Yeah, adding a lot more DPS. Tanks moving in. Oh my god, yeah, massive tank shots going off. +1 is going to be denied. And this cheeky build out of Eva working quite well. GG gets called, and Eva, he will tab the series 1-1. We are going to the ace match. Whew. GG. GG, well played. Eva punishing the build here of LunaSea. Again, LunaSea intentionally going for more and more delayed robo, delayed detection, delayed everything there in favor of being greedy, in favor of blink into a faster third base, into charge, into +1, like delayed detection there, just like game number 1. And with that, was torn apart with those Banshees. Couldn't keep up. Could not keep up. That was so much damage being done. And likewise, also we saw Eva making great use of his ground army as well. Amidst all the chaos, was able to shut down gateways, deny +1, and trade well against the Stalkers. GG. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into the ace match, and we'll see how this story ends. We'll see where our players do take us. Let's go. Let us go. And so we're getting ready here for game 3. And the question becomes, Eva, he has rolled random twice now. And is he gonna land on Terran again? Because he has landed on Terran 2 games in a row. And Eva, he just messaged me. He's like, if I get Terran again, I'm gonna crash out. Oh no. Let's go. As game 3 is gonna be on Tokamak. Oh boy. Okay, can we go for the hat trick? Can we land on Terran 3 times? 3 games. This is the beginning of the switch to Terran. Is it? Oh no. No shot. What are the odds, mate? What are the odds? It's spawning in the top right hand corner. We have the random player. We have the random player from the UK representing the Platinum Heroes, landing on Terran 3 games in a row. He's crashing out. It is Eva. Oh no. Forcing him to play his weakest race every single time, and spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have the teal Protoss player, the South Korean Protoss. Representing among SC2 people, it is LunaSea. He's LunaSea, papi. LunaSea. Let's go. Probe Scout comes in, and Eva, he's done. Eva, he's done. He's had it up to here with the RNG of StarCraft 2, as we're opening up with a proxy 2 racks. Oh boy. Now the probe scout does confirm that the racks is missing, and we're going for the proxy dead set in the middle of the map, and the probe will instantly scout, by the way. This is the main scouting pattern or scouting path. We do have LunaSea checking up top left, then bottom right, and now he will, oh my god, barely actually doesn't confirm. Doesn't check yet. There we go. Now he gets eyes. And again, this is like in the center of all these attack paths. So this is going to be found, and it's going to be shut down instantly here. Probes, they go for the SCVs, and the racks will not finish. Oh no, they're not going to finish. A third probe arrives. No! And But with a whimper, the series is looking to end here as, yep, we do cancel those Raxes. We have a backup Raxes on the way. Heavy delay on the build here of Eba. Very unfortunate setup. He just sent it, Pap. He just sent it right down mid, but down mid happens to be exactly where all the probes go. As LunaSea did eventually find the proxy. And this is a rough start for Eba. Is a rough start. Also, what I will say when it comes to the proxy location, I mean, this comes with experience when it comes to the map pool, you know, better proxy locations, or getting a better idea of where these scouting patterns and scouting paths are. And, with that, it's gonna be a rough follow up here for Eva. It's gonna be rough, baby. It's gonna be rough. The odds 1 out of 27. There you go. Never tell me the odds. So without LunaSea pulling away. And with that, we're going for a 3x follow-up. Oh boy. This is hyper aggressive. This can turn into an all-in, going up to 3x's. This is most likely going to be a stim timing. You can pull the boys with this as well. So again, just hyper committed here from Eba. Ooh, bunkers. Yeah, bunkers tonight. Just everything going wrong there. And GG, well played. LunaSea will take the series 2-1. GG. No. But GG, well played. Smoked. GG, well played. With that, yeah. Eba, he's letting us know that he's letting us know that he had no clue about he has no clue about the new maps yet, so he doesn't know where the good proxy locations are. So he was gambling, Pappy. The gamba was real. But with that, GG, well played. Congratulations here to LunaSea as he does claim the series. Shout out to Eba for flexing his Terran unintentionally, as he is very upset that he landed on Terran 3 times in a row. He's crashing out, Pappy. He's crashing out. Oh no. So with that, GG, well played. LunaSea, he will claim the series, will advance on. My condolences to Eba, but I appreciate being able to experience some Eba here tonight. I was hoping to see a little bit of Zerg before there were no Zerg players left. We might not cast any tonight. Let's find out. Exclamation mark and B in the chat to have a look at the back yourselves.